is a war. It's happening now. It will decide the fate of humanity. The time to choose sides has come. We are the resistance. We are the InfoWar. I think it's the most handsome shirt, the most powerful shirt we've ever come out with. I've been putting T-shirts out for 17 years. First shirt we ever put out, we still sell, still a bestseller. Mass murderers agree, gun control works, with a picture of Hitler, Stalin, and Mao on it. And on the back it says, politicians love disarmed peasants, Infowars.com. And I literally made it myself on a, what's that program called? Photoshop. That's why it looks so simple, but it's actually iconic. There's that shirt. This should be the best seller ever. I pretty much designed it, but one of our great graphics people come up with it, you know, the actual look. And they got one that says Infowars.com with the Molon Labe symbol, the one that just says Molon Labe, Infowars.com on the back. And I'm really proud of it. This version is in kind of a gold. We're going to come out with one in gray as well, but it's on a black shirt. It's available at InfoWarsStore.com. But if you want to find all the Made in America stuff, go to MadeIn1776.com, and it takes you right to the subpage. And we have the new made by U.S. veterans, owned by a Navy SEAL, the 50 caliber bullet that's had the powder taken out. That's a bottle breacher. Great gift, and that goes to support veterans. A lot of them, well, all of them actually, combat veterans. A lot of them wounded and disabled, you name it. So it's a good Americana project. They're making a lot of these, by the way. We're not the only ones that sell these, but they're custom, and they say 1776 worldwide. That's available in Madein1776.com. There was a bunch of news I meant to get to that I haven't covered yet. But, you know, in the interest of going to your phone calls, I'll do a little bit of overdrive and regroup and cover some of those I haven't hit. Let's go to Roger in Canada, who's been holding patiently. Roger, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, John, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy.
Good. I love you, and I love your honesty and vigor. And just a few points. Michio Kaku, I bought a few of his books. I've read them, and I have a lot of respect for him. And I think you should have him on.
We're going to reach out to him and do a friendly interview.
That would be great, because I think, for one thing, he's a really accomplished mathematician. And he's not a meteorologist, but I'm sure he can work the data as good as anybody.
I know, but I mean, do you think then global warming's real?
Well, I'll tell you, I do, and I'll tell you why. Because there's probably about 5 billion cars burning fuel in the world, and
sure.
if you multiply that by the diameter of all the exhaust pipes, and then all the electric motors and so on that are burning, plus, all life creates heat on this planet, and we need it. That's not what I'm saying. We need it. Now, I am a little nervous.
We need heat, though. That is true.
Now, the thing is there's a very delicate atmospheric, let's say, balloon around.
I know, but they've done the equations. Volcanoes put out a lot more than humans ever could. On record, this mass ejection in Java right now. They're evacuating Indonesia. Here's the issue. What about all the chemtrailing, the geoengineering, the weather modification? I'm not saying there's not strange weather here and there. My issue is how does moving our factories from here to China, where they're 10 times more dirty, literally, going to help the atmosphere if it's one atmosphere?
Well, I agree with that. The chemtrailing, though, in the last few years here has been horrid. In the summertime, every time the sun tries to peek out and there's no clouds, they're spraying like crazy. Now, I wonder who's paying that bill, by the way.
The Department of Energy, we got documents, spends $5 billion a year on their, quote, geoengineering testing. I'm out of time for this segment, but I appreciate your call. We will get Michio Kaku on. Here it is in Reuters. British police question CNN's Piers Morgan over phone hacking, and they call him a person of interest. globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding, making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
The brainwashing media machine has been turned up on high, and it's time for humanity to double down on the true people's media and strike back against the tyrants that are destroying our civilization with their lies and fraud. We are the resistance. You are the resistance. You are the info war. It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Members can share their memberships with up to 11 people. By subscribing, you will literally be buying war bonds in the info war to expand our operation in the face of the tyrants. Join us at PrisonPlanet.tv. And a federal judge has confused the Declaration of Independence with the Constitution in court ruling. She said, our Constitution declares that all men are created equal, she wrote. You know, the judge may have gotten a word wrong, but for me, and reading a lot of high-level federal rulings from even over 100 years ago, the Declaration of Independence is as important as the Constitution. It is the founding document and really is the proto-Constitution and is the spirit of the law to interpret the federal law that is the Constitution, the big federal law, written in all caps, not all this made-up bureaucracy. The federal judge confused it Thursday night in a court ruling which overturned Virginia's ban on same-sex marriages. Here's the issue. The ancient covenant of marriage is between a man and a woman. Civil unions and stuff, I mean, that people, whatever, you can do whatever you want. I'm a libertarian. It is an attack on the family. It is an attack from the way they're launching it on the institution of marriage and family law and how it's all set up. And that's screwed up as well. You don't need to, it's just out of control, folks. I mean, marriage all over the world, every culture, they don't know why. They don't know how the culture's touched. They go back thousands of years, every culture. The woman wears white. The male tends to dress up all fancy. And the father of the woman brings her up. I mean, it's tribal, folks. This is as ancient as anything humans do. Keep your hands off of it, okay? I mean, it's that simple. It's an attack on an ancient ritual. It's our ritual. You can go have yours. Makes me really get a headache. But she did interpret it wrongly to try to say that they can have the same-sex marriages. Let's go ahead and take a phone call before I have a coughing fit. Terry in Canada, you're on the air. Come on down, Terry. All right, Terry's punched out. Let's talk to Dave in Colorado. Dave, you're the last caller we have time for. Sorry, the others. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Hello,
I'm Mr. Red. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to quickly respond to an earlier caller's request for, where should he start if he wanted to start researching the kinds of things that you've been talking about. And if you don't mind, I just wanted to say that real quickly, I'm a former professor of anthropology at the University of Maryland. I used to show Terror Storm to my students.
Oh, wow.
And also show David Ray Griffin his University of Wisconsin speech.
That's excellent. You had a lot of courage. You get in trouble for that?
Oh, yeah. Certainly. I used to have bands from Homeland Security escort me to and from my job site.
Wow.
And,
talk about harassment.
One day I got out of my car in the parking lot at the school, and there was it looked like a a model plane hovering over my head.
By the way, about 5 years ago at a demonstration in D.C., they said they saw fake dragonflies over them, and they went, oh, you're crazy. 3 years later, they declassified. They were real drone dragonflies with video cameras and microphones spying on people. So, yeah, and look what you went through to tell the truth. I wish I had more time to talk to you. Closing comments.
Okay. Here are a couple of things I'd like to recommend to get started. Political Policing by Martha Huggins. Predatory States by Jay Patrice. The Guatemalan Military Project of...
Hey, why don't you write an article for us, even in a nom de plume, Professor? Send it to us. We'll publish it. I'm out of time. Back Sunday, 4 to 6.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.